What's up guys, Matt Thompson from 3D Offroad. Behind me is a 2024 Jeep Gladiator that we have done a complete build on. We've done another build for this customer in the past, and he decided that he wanted to buy a Gladiator for more hunting, camping, that kind of scenario, just because he can fit all his stuff in the back, haul his family easier, tow his small camper with it when he goes up into the mountains. And to start this whole build out, he had Dynatracs and 40s on his 392, and we decided to go back with Dynatrac. He was really happy with those axles. And, at first he was really wanting to do either a 60 or an 80, and he kept going back and forth. Well, we went over all of the scenarios. What is the future outlook for this Jeep? And during that build process, we just decided that a Dana 80 in the rear was going to be way more optimal and way more reliable for the weight, for the power, and for the tire size. Just gives him that reassurance that while he's out, he is not worried about breaking this thing. And so what we decided was a 60 front high pinion and a low pinion 80 rear to hold these 40s and the America's Most Wanted 426 with the 8-speed. This thing is absolutely amazing. He loves the way it drives with the Jock 3-inch suspension and their short arm. I mean, this thing performs so well, drives great on the highway, drives great on his washboarded roads that they live where they live. And just the flex that you get out of these, combined with the Fox shocks, just this overall package has just been absolutely amazing for him. So one of the reasons that he wanted to do a 426 is he is a motorhead guy, and he's got a 392 already, and he's like, I really don't want the same thing in the same Jeep, so let's bump it up to a 426 instead of the Hellcat. It's not a drag racer, he's going to be towing a lot, so he just wanted that reliability with that little bit extra power. This thing is completely stock. We decided to stick with the stock Rubicon transfer case. He's not doing, any spots where he really needs to do like a front dig or really, need that Atlas style of wheeling. So we decided to stick with the Rubicon case, the 4-to-1. Just has that extra low gear if he needs it while he's pulling a camper, or if he's just wanting to chill out, and he hits some spots that he needs that extra low. Of course, the 40-inch tire, the Nitto is always a great tire for us. We put them on almost every build we have. I can't talk enough about how well this thing performs, the flex, rock jock, joints. In my own Jeep, the reason I recommended these is mine have over 80,000 miles on them and I haven't replaced them yet. Yes, they take some grease, but as long as you keep up on that, and it's great for the customer. They're not having to rebuild them all the time, and it gives them that sense of reliability. Some of the other things that we've done to this is we've added in this go around was the American Adventure Labs inner liners with the Highline light. That really just allowed for more up travel, less rubbing on the factory inner liners, and it gives it just such a clean, stylish look. We've also done the inner liners in the back. The customer really doesn't like just that open look with the paint. He wanted that stuff to match up. We also did a set of Rockslide Engineering steps. They take with the extra armor. It takes that extra abuse if he ever slams down on them, and it just protects that step down there. Helps his wife get in, his kids, that kind of thing. So you guys be looking at the details, of this build. The parts that we recommend and that we sell a lot of, they're just reliable, and we know they are. We know they're going to hold up, and I know that even though this thing is 900 miles away, I'm not going to have to worry about it. And America's Most Wanted, once again, does such an amazing job on their fitment, how everything fits, no overheating, just all of the details of everything, and that just really made this Gladiator come together.